Hello and welcome to the Garage. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Guys, we have come to the season finale of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. This has been much exciting. I don't have my close-up camera right now because, guys, if you guys tuned into Gen Exercise, please do. It's my other channel. I did an unboxing for, yes, the brand new iPhone 16 Pro, which is right here in my hot little hand. And this is, of course, my 15 Pro, which is now going to do-si-do with my 15, which I'm trading in. So there you go. I went with the natural titanium. It is gorgeous. I have the Snap Lux Pro here. This is a magnetic snap that you can also use, put your fingers in. You can spin it. It's also a kickstand, and it's magnetic. So there you go, guys. For those of you who are creators and you want to record something in your kitchen and you want to stick it on your fridge, you can do that and you'll be good to go. So, thank you, Joe. Thank you for popping over to Gen Exercise. It's a lot of me today. It's a lot of me. But we're going to talk about this finale of the Mormons. Holy shnikes. Holy shnikes, guys. Yeah, that's about what I have to say about this episode. Yeah, I was electrified, petrified, scared, all of the things. So yeah, this was, let me pull up my notes because I have to take notes on these things, guys, because literally it is too much info to keep in my head. Okay, but we're gonna get started. Yes, my new phone and my new watch, the Series 10. I have to adjust the face, guys, because there's so much more real estate on this face than there was on the other one, that my face is now looking a little, a little sad panda. All right, let's see if I can get that to work. It doesn't seem to be working, but that's okay. I will sort that another time, because if I go to the close-up cam, it's nothing because it's not hooked up to the eCam. So that's fine. I'll fix that another day because it's live, guys. We're live. We are live. And yeah. One thing I love about HomeKit, guys, is my kid just came in and they forgot to shut the front door. And I can do that from my phone, which is amazeballs. This is why I love technology, guys. I'm here. I can still keep the house secure. I can see my front and back cameras to know who's over on that side of the garage and who's here. And it's super helpful. Yeah, see, I have to wear mine on the right, though, because of the tattoos. I normally, for like 47 years, guys, wore it on my left wrist. And now I'm on the right, and it throws me off. But it works perfectly. So that was my other hot tip. If you have la tattoos, or you're thinking about getting tattoos, because I got this after the first watch came out, I should have been a better planner with my tattoo artist and had them stop like right here so that my watch would have all that skin to connect with. So make sure you do that. Okay, so guys, I have all my Mormons. We're gonna start this one out. Here we go. So the episode starts at Tay-Tay's house. She's by herself. She's trying to set up a diaper genie. As we all know, this should be a simple setup. It's never a simple setup, but it is one of the most important items to have in your home when you have a new baby, is that diaper genie. Keep that poop smell to a minimum, because those baby poops, guys, are no fucking joke. If you don't have a baby or have never been around a newborn, they poop more than you could possibly imagine is possible with a human tiny person. And so that diaper genie will save your life because it just sort of keeps all of them together. It wraps them up in a little thing and it makes them like a little snake chain of poop. And then you pull the whole thing out and put that in your outside trash. Okay, so she's doing this by herself. And her mama, Leanne, calls and is like, hey, girl, what's going on? She's like, I'm setting up this diaper genie. And she's like, well, how's everything? And she's like, I haven't talked to Dakota since we got back from Vegas. And she's like, what? She's like, I know. I'm like 1 day from giving birth and I still feel like shit's whack. While they're having this conversation on speakerphone, of course, you know, things are about to get awkward. So she tells her mom about the confession that, of course, where's my blonde Mormon, that Macy got on her little app, right? She does Sunday Sinner Sunday. You can confess things to Macy as if she's a magical priest who's going to absolve you of these things. She is not. But people send in anonymous confessions about whoops-a-doodles. Someone sent in an anonymous confession to her that they had accidentally slept with Dakota while he was dating Tay-Tay and wasn't sure if she should tell Tay-Tay or not. So Taylor says, I think it's Jenna, but I'm not sure. And then Leanne takes it dark. She takes it dark. She says, well, you should have thought about all of this before everything because I don't think you should bring a child into this world with all this chaos. Leanne, not sweet Leanne. Your daughter is literally like maybe 48 hours from birthing a child. And your advice to her is like, maybe you should have thought this through. We're 9 months along here. Now, if she had had a choice whether to actually go through with the pregnancy with this man who was a very new relationship for her, basically a rebound, fuck boy from when she got divorced, and had a real choice on like, ooh, maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe she wouldn't be about to give birth. And she could just tell this guy, go fuck yourself. And he goes away. Now they have a baby together because that's the choice she made. Because it's the only one you can make in the Mormon church. And her mom's like, well, you should have used your thinking cap. Like, what? Oh, Leanne. So then these two are on speakerphone because, it's on a TV show. And here comes Dakota through the door, like mid-sentence while Leanne's like, you need to make it right. And he's like, is that your mom? She's like, yeah, okay, bye. Dakota's here, bye. So she hangs up. So now these two, it was so awkward, guys. Dakota's like, So now these two are going to have a chit chat, right? And the chit chat is, again, them arguing. It's like the 85th argument they've had because Tay-Tay is like, hey, listen, this thing is still on my mind that, Macy had said about this anonymous confession that she got, right? And he's like, I told you, oh, are you going to leave me if it turns out to be true? Like literally like that. Like he's a 12-year-old baby preteen talking to his crush on the fucking soccer field, right? And he's like, I need to hear that you're staying. You're always talking about how you're leaving. Like, well, maybe if you were trustworthy. I love when the teens come down while I'm like mid puppet show and they're like, Jesus Christ, this woman. So they have the same fight again. He's like, well, vice versa, samesies to you. I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off me and sticks to you. Like, if you cheated on me, I'm leaving. Like, when Dakota, when has it ever come up that Tay-Tay had a side man ever during this whole 9-month period? You're the one who was, dipping your wick in 2 chicks before you got with Tay-Tay, and then possible an extra dip, double dipping. You slept with her, went out with your boys that night, and then question mark. Did you dip the wick in a different, candle wax. Like, oof. No. This is like ridiculous. Okay. So then Dakota decides he wants to talk to Macy one-on-one. She's driving around town, ba-doop-a-doop-a-doo, living her best life, about to launch her brand. Dakota calls her, ring, ring. She's like, hello? He's like, hey, can we have an adult talk, like face to face? Can we do that like right now? And she's like, I'm super busy, but you know, I got to pick up my kid, but I guess we can meet up. So she's like sitting in a parking lot, guys, by herself. And he just like comes up to the window, like, and she's like, oh my God. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I scare you? You know, then he gets in the car and they just sit. It's just awkward silence. And she's like, did you want to, what's happening? Like, I have things to do. He's like, yeah, this is awkward. Like, you want to go get a soda or a coffee or something? So they drive to the coffee swig, wherever they're going, one of these soda destinations. And then he says to her, every time we get through something, Dakota's saying this. So every time he and Tay-Tay get through something, right? Something else comes up, and I think it's always coming from you. So every time Dakota convinces Tay-Tay that he told the truth, some other piece of evidence comes in that he might not be telling the truth, and somehow that's Macy's fault. He thinks that she literally made up this confession, that it's just instigated by her. She's like, I hate Dakota. I want to create this drama so that Tay-Tay leaves Dakota, like as if she's that diabolical. So she's like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you even talking about? And then he says, Dakota says the stupidest thing that's ever been uttered aloud. And this just proves this man is not, he's not well educated. So he says, I feel like you're self-sabotaging us. Okay, guys, I know I don't have to explain this to you because you all are very smart. Self-sabotage is self-explanatory, Dakota. It's you sabotaging yourself. Okay. No one else is doing that to you. Okay. So someone else can't self-sabotage you. And she was just like, excuse me? I know you meant something else, but okay. Thank you. Right. And Macy's like, she literally says to him, I didn't know if I should tell, you know, Taylor before or after the baby. Like, would she want to know now and figure shit out? Or does she want to know after she's all happy in baby bliss? Like, there's no good position for me to be in, but I care about Taylor. And I don't think that you do. Dakota was like, he again doubles down. He goes, Dakota literally says, I'm not looking for someone to blame. I just think you are the one to blame. And Macy's like, thanks for this talk. I'm late to pick up my son. Bye. And just like, you know, drops him back off at the parking lot where they met. With no resolution. In that conversation, they do not determine whether this possible Jenna chick, you know, is the woman or not. There's no settling there. Okay. So then, oh yeah, I almost forgot. See, this is why I take notes, guys. And Macy said to Dakota, I think you have bad intentions and you're not addressing him. Like, she was no holds barred. Like, I'm here for Tay-Tay. I don't think you're doing a good job. I think you're full of shit, you know, and you need to fix it or figure it out. It's not my problem if you dipped your wick in another, you know, fucking wax. That's not my problem, but I'm going to tell my bestie about it. Right. Oh my God. This was probably the most cringe thing. This automaton, alien person, I don't know what the fuck to call her, Whitney has ever done. So Whit goes to lunch with her hubby and the whole fam bam, her sisters, her mom, her dad, and her kids. Okay. And they apparently have this tradition of a family dinner like once a week. So it wasn't unusual. And she brings this big ass cake. And it's not like anyone's birthday or anything like that. Our mom's like, what's up? And she's like, oh, I just felt like we all needed cake. And so it's like, what is going on? And so Whitney, she says in her stand-up, she has news to share with her whole family. Also, she says she is sick of unnecessary drama, y'all. Whitney is sick of unnecessary drama. This is the pettiest thing that she's ever done. So I took notes because I wanted to get down exactly what she said. She's sick of the unnecessary drama. She's thinking about quitting MOMTOK. The woman who left the group chat, who has made every gathering that they've had in this season a fucking disaster and tried to make everything about her, is now like, I think that, these girls really need me, but I'm also thinking that I need to, just maybe quit MOMTOK. I just need to quit. It's not my jam. I'm going to TikTok on my thing over here because that someone is yelling. I don't know why they're yelling or what's going on. Oh, it's Streets. I'll play that later because that doesn't have anything to do with the Mormons. But I reposted, I don't even know what the word is, on the TikToks. This TikTok about Whitney and her husband. This is the problem when you scroll through your likes, because how many of you guys are also like me that like 10 million things and then you're like, oh, I have to scroll through like 5 pages of likes to find that one thing that I liked yesterday? So I agree with this creator 100%. I want to just highlight her commentary here. Let's pull it up. This is from Kiara Magnone 2.0. All right.
Mormon wives, Whitney is gay. That is a lesbian. We already know her husband was never confused about if he wanted to cheat on her or not, was on Tinder. He was confused and on Grindr because he likes men. And Whitney just seeks validation from every single woman. Good, bad, drama-free. She doesn't care. She wants it and she needs it.
That is very much a lesbian quality, guys. The female drama situation, the closeted lesbianness, that is so accurate. Also, please stop saying that this man was on Tinder. He was on Grindr. We could find his profile. It's not that hard. All the gay men in the Utah area were like, bitch, please. Okay.
She needs it because she can't get the attention that she really wants because she's Mormon and she's in this relationship to cover up with the fact that they are gay.
Right. So it's not that he's just, she's just his beard. He's her Mo. Right. It's a symbiotic relationship where they've decided we're going to do the proper Mormon thing and make the babies. Right. Because we're both, cute people and we'll just keep our Mormon families happy. But they probably, I think he's been the one that's been acting out on the low and she hasn't. And that's why she's really upset because she needs more orgasms, guys. She needs some boobies in her life that aren't hers.
They're both gay. The Fruity Pebbles joke and the really getting mad about the swingers and the way she treats Taylor. She has a crush on Taylor. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's accurate. She wants to get with Tay-Tay. She is very in love with her. Very. This is the most accurate recap of this whole show.
These people are not freshly baked fruit cakes, okay? They have been baked for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have.
And are waiting to be eaten up. Okay? It's so obvious. And I feel bad because it would all be fixed if they just weren't Mormon.
Correct.
They could just be free. And they could stop popping out kids to cover up the fact that they're gay.
Yep.
And she could be nice. And he could be free. I don't know.
She could be nice and he could be free. Like, and as somebody, I will be 100% honest. I always had the goal to have children as something I wanted to do. But I absolutely did the same thing, Whitney. I did it. I got married to a nice man who's not gay, to try and cover up my very, very gayness, and then tried to just have kids and be like, this is my life. Except for I was super the gay and I was super miserable and my husband was miserable. And so now we're not together and he's married to a nice lady. And I'm married to a hot, smoking hot wife who I'm very stoked on. So it's all good in the end. And the real problem is your religion doesn't allow you to be you. That's the real deal. But also you're kind of a see you next Tuesday. So maybe try something different. Okay. So back to Whitney and Connor at this restaurant family dinner. So they get to the cake. And she tells her mother to cut this cake. So I was thinking, I knew this was going to be like a pregnancy announcement. Okay. Now, if any of y'all are from Louisiana, then you're aware of the king cake tradition. Okay. If you're not from Louisiana and you've never celebrated Mardi Gras, I'm going to give you a very tiny explainer that is not the complete story. So please don't come at me, residents of the South. Okay. But during Mardi Gras, there is a tradition called the king cake. It's like a round bundt cake. Okay. And in that round bundt cake is always hidden a baby Jesus, a teeny tiny, like little plastic baby Jesus. And the tradition goes that whoever gets the slice of cake with the baby Jesus in it has to host the Mardi Gras party the next year. The only reason I know about this Mardi Gras tradition is because when I was on the rehabilitation project force, this woman, Anna, that I was, on the RPF with, grew up in Louisiana, and her neighbor, when they were kids, was none other than the late, great Richard Simmons. Now, Richard Simmons, at that time, they were kids, right? And his family was dirt poor, like extremely poor. And so one year they were having the king cake, and all the kids in the neighborhood were eating it. Okay. And nobody had gotten the piece with the baby Jesus. And they were like, who got the piece with the baby Jesus? And Richard was really quiet, which was unusual for him. And then finally Anna was like, Richard, do you have the baby Jesus? And he's like, mm-mm. It was in his mouth. He was holding this baby Jesus doll in his mouth because he knew that since he had gotten the baby Jesus, he had to host the party, and his parents, they couldn't afford that. So Anna's mom was like, we got you, boo. No worries. We're going to host it. Just please don't swallow that baby Jesus. Yeah. So, yeah, I heard a couple very fun stories about young Richard Simmons that were great as part of my time on the RPF. But so I was thinking that Whitney would do something, because she claims to be a 10 out of 10 on the Mormon scale and just the best person on earth, that she would have like a little tiny, baby baked in to this cake. Like that would be logical, right? To be like, oh, I'm having another baby. Look, there's a baby in the cake. Woo! Like something fun. Something fun. For those of you who saw this episode, please don't spoil it. Can anyone guess what was inside this cake? What's inside the cake, guys? Do we know? I won't let you guys hang for too long. She put her pregnancy test in the middle of the cake. And then the producers asked her, because she's talking about it during the one-on-one interview. And the producers are like, was it the actual test that you took? Like the one you peed on? She's like, yeah, but it has a cap. It's got a cap on it. You just put a cap on it. Even her younger sister was like, is that the test you peed on? And she was like, yeah, it's got a cap. And she's like, wait, when you pee, there's, spray, there's pee particles that go all over that. So her mom's digging out this pregnancy test from the center of this cake, holding it up. They do a photo with the pregnancy test. This woman thought that everyone was going to eat her piss that was now baked into a pie. Like, do y'all remember that movie, The Help? Do y'all remember The Help? And the scene where one of the maids gets revenge on the absolute worst person in the world. I'm going to see if I can pull up just that scene because it is one of the best scenes of all time. I'll probably have to cut it later, but it's worth it to watch it now. Okay. Yes. We're going to watch this scene because it is one of the greatest scenes of all time in movie history. Okay. Just a moment. And then we'll get back to our regularly scheduled shit show. That's the wrong one, Nora. Here we go.
Maybe we need us some insurance. I told God I'd never speak of it again. We ain't got no choice. Sorry.
She's telling a story of how she apologized to her employer. The Emma character is a reporter who is writing a book about all these women in the South. All right.
I need to tell y'all about the terrible, awful I done to Miss Hilly.
The terrible, awful.
It might be the only thing to keep us safe.
Just watch her just reveling in the deliciousness of that chocolate pie.
So,
She's having a second piece.
nobody wanted to hire a sass-mouthing, thieving Negro.
Okay, so she fired her for no reason. And this was her revenge on her.
Did they? Oh, pie's as good as always, Minnie.
She's just loving this pie, y'all.
I'm glad you like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. If I take you back, I'll have to cut your pay $5 a week.
This is so brutal. $5, guys. $5 a week in the 1950s, early 60s. That's like cutting someone's pay in half. Okay. $5 was like a rent. Okay.
Take me back.
What do you put in here that makes it taste so good?
That good vanilla from Mexico. And something else real special.
Any guesses on the special ingredient, guys?
No, Miss Walters. That's Miss Hilly's special pie.
Mama can have a piece. Let her one. Go get a plate.
All right, you ready?
Eat my shit.
Oh, all the actresses in this scene are so fucking good. Eat my shit.
What'd you say? I said, eat my shit.
Have you lost your mind?
And the fact that she got the chocolate pie on her teeth for this part of the scene. This is Bryce Dallas Howard is honestly one of the most underrated actresses on the fucking planet. She can be anyone from any time period, anywhere. She put that chocolate there. Look at this.
No,
Sissy
ma'am.
Spacek.
But you about to. Because you just did. Did what?
Her mom realizes what she did. She's laughing. She's not even mad at the black maid for feeding her own daughter poop. She thinks it's the funniest fucking thing that's ever happened. realization is setting in. Because her daughter's the worst person in the world. Her daughter is Whitney. Oh man, Sissy Spacek. I think she was genuinely laughing in that scene. Genuinely laughing. But that is the equivalent, okay? Like Whitney is Miss Hilly. If you haven't seen The Help, please do yourself a favor. Yeah, same person, same vibes, same energy. You're eating a chocolate glazed donut. Well, you know that doesn't have poop in it, so it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so this is the regard for which she has other people. She put her piss into a baked good and tried to get her entire family to eat it. Okay. So then she has another one-on-one where she's like, but guys, even though I'm thinking about leaving MOMTOK, I need MOMTOK because my Mo doesn't make enough money to support our family. And now we want to go homestead. That's what we want to concentrate on. So I have to keep MOMTOKing forever. Yeah, because she is the breadwinner out of these two. Just like all the women are. They're making more money than all their husbands. So if she quits MOMTOK, they're fucked. They don't have money. But let's see what happens. So now, oh, you guys. Now we're going to go to the worst house. We're going to go to this douche's house. Okay. Where he is once again going to fuck with this angel human. Okay. So Zach's like, this last week's been like crazy for us. And she's like, yeah. Thank you, Captain Obvious. And she's like totally like awkward, like, yeah. Like this woman looks like a hostage video every time she is in the same room with her husband. That's not good. Okay. And just as a message to all of y'all out there, if you have a partner and every time they are in the room with you, you shrink to like the size of a fucking singular molecule and you don't feel safe having a personality, an opinion, a hairstyle that you want, clothes on the way you want, you need to run. Do not walk. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. Run from that person. That is a narcissistic, controlling piece of shit who is only going to take you down. Do not put up with it. Do not allow yourself to get in that type of situation. Okay? So she starts also like on this chant. She looks like, now people have joked about Scientologists having Xenu eyes, you know, just like, she's like, I see your potential and we have God on our side and God sees your potential. And he's like, because he just got into med school. Okay. I believe at NYU or one big fancy pants med school out there in New York, which has been his dream, guys. This little Mormon caveman's dream was to leave the Mormon Mecca of the universe to go all the way to the sin capital of New York City. It doesn't even make any sense. So, but Jen grew some ovaries this day, and she says, the way things have been going, I don't know if our marriage will last through med school because that's 10 years of school. And then she says, how will moving to New York affect my ability to do MOMTOK and keep engagement and deals going since I make all the money? I want to show you guys. I had to pull it up here. I thought I had it up. I don't. I took a picture of his face when she said this. Okay. Where are you? Oh, there it is. I couldn't find my Photos app for a second. Hello. Okay. This caveman gave his wife a A 12-year-old eye roll, like, yeah, sure. Yeah. Fucking epic eye roll. Okay. And then he has the balls to say, like, I'm happy with that, but I don't really care. Bro, you don't have a job. You live off an allowance from your wife and your parents. Like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And so then Jen and her one-on-one, look at that face. Look at this stupid fucking face. If I had to stare at this stupid goddamn face every time I said a reaction, you know, like, hey, I think we should have pizza for dinner tonight. Like, I would have already punched that face out. I'm sorry. That is a very absolutely punchable face this man has. Just a very punchable face. And I suggest Jen start taking up some form of martial arts and get ready because she's going to need to do that. Okay. So Jen's doing her one-on-one and she says Zach's first response is to fight rather than validate her. And then she says, you know, Zach knows that I won't stay if he keeps this up. Girl, Jen, come close. Come close, Jen. Come close. You are an enabler. This man is a narcissist. He's a teeny tiny, horrifically bad narcissist who is controlling and using you for your fame and your money and probably hot sex. Run from him. Be free. Like, I cannot make that clearer, honey. Don't get sucked into that. All right. So now Macy is launching Baby Mama. They're going to have a launch party. And she's going to have the site go live from this party. Okay. She has invited all the girls. Okay. Everyone, including this woman who, if we remember, when she left the group chat, she unfollowed all the girls except Macy. And she's like, we're still besties. We're still besties. So Macy's like, literally, girl, if you don't show up to this launch party, she said the quote, I'm going to have to start calling into question the validity of our friendship. Like, girl, stop pretending. Stop trying to make fetch happen. This woman is a cunt. Like, no. Okay. So, but Macy's also like, she's not pressed if she doesn't come. She didn't RSVP. Okay. And Macy says, you know, the future of their friendship is in jeopardy. Jen rolls up to the party late wearing a enormous, like, princess sleeve gown dress thing. And she's like a little good Mormon robot. Like, oh, guys, everything's great. We talked it out. It's all good. And Demi's like, girl, what is the actual tea? How have you been? What the fuck? And she's like, actually, I've been shook since, like, I came home. And she's like, girl, you know that's all fucking Zach. You were not wrong. He's a piece of shit. You need to be a strong woman. We got you. MOMTOK's here to support you. Like, don't, you know, fucking let this man get you down. You are a strong, beautiful, powerful woman. I fucking love Demi. Demi is the friend we all need. Demi, the bestie we all need and desire. So Whitney's still not there. Still not there. Okay. And Jen's getting like some strength. She's like, I know, guys. I know I need to grow my ovaries. Okay. So then there's like, Macy decides to include local influencers at her launch party to like embrace Utah and the influencer culture. It's basically a huge networking event for all the local Utah influencers, and one of whom is a tattoo artist, right? Which is very un-Mormon. Very un-Mormon, because your body is your vessel. You should never defile it with tattoos. See, I could not be Mormon. That's all right. I couldn't be Mormon for a lot of reasons, guys, but that's one of them. All right. So, and Whit is still not there. Still no Whitney. Now, all the girls, okay, minus Macy, all the other girls get together. Okay, I'm gonna pull up my hotties. They're all here. All the Mormon ladies are here. Okay. And they decide collectively that if Whit does not show up, they're all going to simultaneously unfollow her, because when she unfollowed all of them, they kept following her on all socials. They did not unfollow. Okay. And Macy was like, wait a minute, you guys didn't unfollow after she unfollowed you? And then they were like, no, because we were trying to be nice and we were trying to, like, you know, keep MOMTOK going. Even though this bitch was just like, oh, unfollow, because she's 3. Okay. So the launch happens. The kids do a countdown. They live launch the thing. No Whitney. No show. Absolute no show for this woman who's taken her influencer career all the way to launching her own brand of vitamins for women. And her supposed best friend couldn't even be there to be like, I support you. Okay. So Layla and Michaela are usually pretty quiet, but Layla is like, you're fucking out, bitch. Like, how do you leave? You know, she's talking to Demi, and they're like, how do you leave your bestie high and dry on her biggest day? Like, that's it. So they decide, these women, okay, collectively decide that Whitney, just like in, you know, what's that movie? The acapella movie with Rebel. I can't think. They have 3 of them, and I can't think of the name. But when they get knocked out of the singing competition, they have voted Whitney out off the island. Her flame has been extinguished. All of those things, right? She's no longer allowed to be in MOMTOK. They vote her out. They unfollowed her. They voted her out. Okay. That was kind of a big deal. They kind of like brushed over that in the episode, but like they literally like, fuck you. You're not, you can't sit with us. Okay. They mean girls her. Now we're going to cut back over to Tay-Tay's house, and her water broke. And Dakota's like, check out the pants, guys. They're wet. It's wet. It's water. And I thought it was just like water. Like she had spilled a bottle of water. And then Tay-Tay smelled it and was like, no, that's like baby juice. So she's like, yeah, so we're going to go to the car now. And, you know, we'll do some more filming from there. He's like, we're good. Okay. Like, oh my God, what an idiot. So they're on the way to the hospital. Hopefully. Because her water did, in fact, break. It's like, you know, it's a large amount of water. And she's like, and I'm leaking. We got to go. We gotta head out. Okay. So now it is time for this lovely lady's birthday, Michaela. And her husband, where's my Jace? Here's Jace. Her husband has arranged to have a roller skating party for like a 23-year-old woman, because she's one of the young babies. Remember, Jace is 28. She's 23. He's 5 years older than her. I want you guys to keep that in mind. Her husband's 5 years older than her. And when she was 16 and he was 21, she got pregnant. They overlook this relationship a lot in the MOMTOK. They want to talk about the swinging. They want to talk about all that. But we're not talking about the pedophilia here. That man was 21 and she was 16. That is not legal. That is not okay. It's not okay, Michaela, for a full-grown adult human who can drink in bars to be courting you while you're in high school. Now, I know now you guys are both in your 20s and the age difference really doesn't matter, because if you guys had met right this minute, no one would really care. If you were just single lady, no children, 23, and this 28-year-old guy was like, hey, you're cool beans. And she's like, hey, you're cool beans. That's okay. What's not okay is for a 21-year-old to be cruising the local high school like a goddamn predator and be like, hey, how are you? You a Mormon? I am Mormon. Let's Mormon it up. Okay. Because this is something that they don't talk about a lot in the show or highlight this really grotesque, prolific problem in Mormonism where children, especially women, I don't know of any instance where a woman would be allowed to be with a teenage man. None. But a teenage girl can be courted and married and made to, have the sex with an adult man. Totally normal, totally acceptable. Child marriage is A-okay. That is where we have a lot of crossover with Scientology. Okay? Child marriage and Scientology, A-okay. They encourage it because it makes you an emancipated minor and you are no longer beholden to child labor laws and you can be worked however many hours a day that they want you to work because you're now considered a legal adult. Child marriage is not okay in any shape or form, ever. They are children. Their brains are not fully developed. There is no situation that a child should be marrying anyone. Ever. Period. Okay? So, it's Michaela's birthday. So they're at the roller skating rink. This woman decides to go to a roller skating rink in a form-fitting, very short miniskirt. No one is wearing appropriate attire to this. Demi, where's my Demi? There you are, girl. She changed into like a very cute kind of boiler suit thing, and a couple other people put on pants, but they all showed up in like gowns. And I'm like, y'all, you're at a roller skating rink. You're at a roller skating rink. Where's your jeans? It was kind of ridiculous. But they're all roller skating. They're having a good time. Everything. At the launch, before the launch, guys, I have to rewind to the launch. Where's my girl? Jen, after they vote out Queen Bitch, Jen gets an urgent phone call from her husband that he is very, very sick. And she literally runs from the venue. So now Jen isn't at the party because she claims she has the flu. No one believes she has the flu. They're like, this man is holding her hostage and he's not allowing her to even go out and see her friends. Okay. So now, and then Macy's like, while they're all roller skating around, she's like, uh-oh, girls, I think Tay-Tay's in labor because I talked to her earlier today and she was having cramps and stuff, but I haven't heard anything back. And they're all like, oh my God, So it's like a happy moment. And Michaela didn't invite Whitney because she's like, this bitch is out. I don't want fucking anything to do with her. Like, I don't want her at my party. So then, and it's revealed at the party that Macy, on behalf of Tay-Tay, is going to call Jenna. She's going to call Jenna to get the real info. And all the girls are like, oh, shit. Right? Like, this is a bold move. Okay. And then what happens? They're like enjoying cake. Everybody's had a good time. They're tired from roller skating. This bitch walks in. Hi. Bitch, you were not invited to this. Everyone's like, who invited her? Who told her where we were? And everyone's like, I did not invite her. You know what she did? She talked to the producers and she's like, oh guys, I want to be friends with my bestie, Michaela. And like, I want to bring her a present and they didn't tell me. Can you guys take me to where they're filming? That's how she got there. Let's be honest. That's how she got there. So she shows up and she's like, hi. And Michaela is literally like, fuck this shit. So she sits down and Jessie, oh God, I love Jessie. She's like, why are you here? Michaela doesn't even like you. And Whitney is sitting next to Michaela and Michaela's like, And Whit's like, well, I'm here for Michaela because I love her. And do you want your present? And she's like, oh, I'm gonna open them all later. So you could just, you can leave it. Like literally. And then Whitney's like, well, I guess I should go. This is awkward. And she's just like, you think? Maybe? And then she's like, before I go, can I talk to you, Macy? And then everyone's like, are you fucking kidding? She's literally like, are you fucking kidding me? Are they fucking having a talk right now? So now the whole group of Michaela, Jesse, her twin Demi, and Layla, and their husbands, okay, are all at this table trying to eat cake and enjoy themselves. Meanwhile, Whitney goes and takes Macy, but she's sitting in a position where Macy's like here in between the girls, and she can like just lean back and see all of the people and like their reaction. So she's like talking to Macy and then like seeing if they're watching. Like she is so obsessed with what is their reaction to this, right? It's just like, yeah. I mean, Jessie told her straight out before she decided to, pull someone aside. She's like, no one invited you. You can't sit with us. Like, please leave. You're wrecking this whole fucking party. So Whitney tries to have like a conversation with her and confront Whitney. Like, what are you fucking doing here? What is going on? And she's like, well, I miss you. And she's like, I'm sorry, what? Like, you didn't come to my fucking launch party. She's like, she literally says, and Macy says, I'm the one that stood up for you more than anyone else. I've stood up for you constantly. And the one time I expected you to be there to support me, you weren't. And Whitney literally's like, well, I just wasn't in the space for that. So I didn't go. I didn't feel like it. What? Whitney held this together so well. I would have just stood up and been like, bye, bitch. Lose my number. Like, what the fuck? This is how small a person this woman is, guys. Okay. So then, Macy, through the course of this conversation, this back and forth, and how Whitney's like, I just love you and I miss you and I bought you a ring pop. Don't you want a ring pop from your bestie? Bitch, you are 30 and this woman is 28. Why are we buying each other ring pops? Because she wants to be married to this woman. She is in love with these women. That is not a straight girl thing to do. That is very, very gay. Gay alert. Gay alert. Like, Whitney, you don't buy your girlfriend, who's just a brand, any type of ring or ring symbol. That is gay. Right, guys? I mean, like, can my straight ladies in the chat confirm this for me? Have you ever bought a ring or a single, like a ring type thing for a straight friend of yours? Anyone? Bueller? Because I have a response to that. As a bisexual who didn't realize it till I was 21, girl is gay. Thank you, Indigo Insights. Not unless you're 10. Right. Okay, that could be a normal 10-year-old thing. But guys, literally.
Gay!
Oh, I love Ken Jeong. He's so fantastic. Right? Okay, thank you, straight ladies. Thank you for backing me up. A necklace. Okay, a necklace is not a ring, though. Like other jewelry, earrings, not a ring. Something you're putting on your fingers that everyone can see constantly as a symbol of like belonging, relationship. That has one meaning. Okay? Even a fake ring pop. Okay? Yeah. Your stomach hurts from laughing. Oh, So then Whitney, literally in her stand-up, has the balls to be like, I want to be surrounded by people who are supporting me and uplifting me. So that's why I'm stepping down from MOMTOK. To say I fucking cackled so hard at that part would be the understatement of this. I'm going to step down from MOMTOK because these ladies are not nice to me. Like, bitch, you're not nice. You're the worst. There is 0 people in America that are like, yeah, that girl's a victim. Shame that the other girls can't be nice to her. Like, are you fucking serious? And then Jessie, during the talk that she's having with Whit, Jessie's like, this is giving serial killer. They were all just like, people could not believe, right? They could not believe. And then poor Michaela is like, well, this is the worst birthday I've ever had. Like, I felt genuinely bad for her. It was a great time until Whit showed up. And she's always like, they're not having a good time because I'm not there. No, bitch, they're having a great time because you're not there. Know that. When you are not in the room, good things happen because you suck all the oxygen out of every room you walk into. Understand that. Okay, so now Tay is at the hospital. We see a video of her on the way there. Okay, and she's live streaming her contractions on the way to the hospital. And then we get to see the birth of this beautiful little chunky baby that I just wanted to squeeze through the screen. I love little chunky babies and their chunky baby cheeks, right? So she has this beautiful, healthy baby. Dakota manages to be a supportive doofus during the procedure and is like immediately in love with his baby. So that part I will give him 100 million gold stars for. He definitely was supportive and loving through that birth process, which he was very active in. And their baby's adorbs. Okay. So yay for the baby. So then, where are you? Where is my girl? Oh, my Mormons are everywhere. Here we go. So Jen calls Jessie. I don't know why she called Jessie out of all the people, but probably because Jessie's the oldest. So she's like the big sister, right? She calls Jessie and she says, I'm leaving MOMTOK because of Zach. This caveman, narcissistic, unemployed, gambling addicted, piece of shit, non-spouse material motherfucker convinced this woman who's probably making millions of dollars a year in a successful influencer career to drop that, to leave the group she's successfully a part of because he doesn't like the influence that they have on her. He doesn't like that she doesn't say how high when he says jump. He's so emasculated, just teeny tiny peen and balls that he cannot possibly allow his wife to be free to create and earn that sweet, sweet cheddar. He'd rather be poor and live off his parents' money than have his wife make money. He tells her, they're having a conversation again. She's like, well, I guess New York's going to be really good for you, babe. Are you excited? I'm excited. But she's like, I'm kind of sad. Like, what about MOMTOK? And he's like, they're not significant. They're not that significant. Like, he just keeps shutting her down at every fucking turn. He is the absolute worst. If you have a Zach as a partner or as your child, okay, I'm going to call it the parents too here. If this is your child, you better fucking do something. You got to correct that shit. Because part of this is the parenting, okay? And the other part is just he's a fucking douchebag. Okay. So then we're now back in Macy's car. She says, I'm going to make the call that could burn down the whole thing. And she gets, I don't have a stick figure for her. She gets Jenna on the phone. And she's like, hi, it's Macy. And she's like, oh, hey, girl, what's up? She's like, well, I wanted to talk to you about that confession thingy-bobber. I think that was you that sent it. And she's like, mm-hmm. She's like, you dated Dakota, right? And she's like, mm-hmm. And then it was like awkward silence. And then Jenna's like, I'll tell you everything. Fade to black. No answers. No nothing. No nothing. We don't know. We don't know. Then I went, okay, let's go to TikTok. Let's go to TikTok and find out, you know, what we can find out, right? I was like, she's got to have shared this. She's got to have shared this. As you can see, I'm following all these ladies. Oh, guys, if you haven't seen Kesha's new remix, we just have to play that real quick.
Wake up in the morning like fuck P. Diddy. Grab
I'm proud of Kesha. You go, girl. Good job. Good job. Good job. I don't care if you guys see my TikTok feed. Of course, I love all my friends' stuff and I repost it. I'm just going to Google it. I'm not going to Google it. I'm going to search for it here. So watch what happens. Jenna, Mormon wives. Boom. First search item. Okay. I'm going to show you the video.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Jenna enters the chat. Okay. She did a little video. Here's her video.
Count 1, guilty. Count 2, guilty. Count 3, guilty. Count 1, guilty.
Boom. So this
Count
is Jenna.
2.
She's obviously a cutie patootie. Her channel is called, I got to follow her. Her channel is called Vulnerability is Cool. She's a mental health movement person, retreats, podcasts. Healing doesn't have to be lonely. Her whole vibe is like, literally, let's be vulnerable. Let's get in touch with our feelings. Let's start being better people. It's kind of amazing. Her content is awesome. So give her a follow, but that's it. That's the only thing that she said about this. So clearly we have to wait for season 2 to find out what happened. Did Dakota dip his wick in a different candle, wax known as Jenna, or not? Only time will tell. I mean, because these guys, because it is a reality show, just much like The Bachelor and Bachelorette. Now I'm gonna put my Mormons away until we have another season, unless there's some big news with my Mormons. But they're all a cast. It's a show. Partially, these are real people. They're still making content. MOMTOK is still going, right? MOMTOK is still a thing. But the question is, are we going to get a season 2? Will we find out if Jenna and Dakota did the, horizontal mambo or not? Only time will tell. Yes, Ben Affleck. Yes. It seems to run in the Affleck family, this gambling addiction, which can't be hereditary, guys. That can't be hereditary. Yeah. I know. I don't want to wait either, Pippi. I don't want to wait, but we are, that's it. We just have to wait. We have to wait. Yeah. We know Dakota dipped. I dip, you dip, we dip. Yeah. Let's get to the comments and questions here, guys. All right. Who would have thought Taylor would emerge as the most self-aware in the group? Right? Like, first of all, Tay-Tay. Where's my Tay-Tay? Where's my girl at? These idiots. I'll put them over there. Where is my girl? There's all the men. You guys can stay over there. Tay-Tay, okay? And my favorite, Demi. 2 of the most aware, powerful women on the show, especially Demi, who's like, girl, we're blowing it up. Like, I love her. I love her. Yes. Thank you. No Kids in Scientology. Don't forget your garments. And please remember to type comment or question before your chat so I can see it. Thank you. I can't stand those type of shows. However, you make it fun. I can't stop watching your recaps. Please keep doing them. I will. The next show we're going to dive into, guys, and I'll show you a bit of the preview on that, is going to be the One Taste documentary on Netflix. Elaine RUJ. Nora, you seem so much happier. I love you in this space. Thank you. I am happier. Every day I get a little bit happier, guys. I feel a little bit better. Indigo's Insights, Scientolo T. I like this whole name here going on. I'm surprised they haven't been disfellowshipped because of the mom talk. From what I understand, the male breadwinner is a huge piece of the puzzle. Yeah, I don't get it either. This has been my question throughout this show, is that when I see women like this who have a husband, right, who's like, yeah, do you, boo, boop, boop, they're not really being Mormon. Right? They are like what I like to call, like, the Christmas, Easter Catholics, right? They just show up for those two big masses and then they're like, I'll just do like an extra Hail Mary and then God is good, right? So I feel like they don't go to temple every week. And if they do, everyone's like, did that bitch actually show up here with her fucking sinning ass with this guy? Like, what the they think their kids are going to heaven? Like, are they crazy? Right? Like, because in her mind, she's doing Mormonism, but she's not. None of these ladies are doing Mormonism, except for Jen, who's really, really trying. And Michaela, I think a bit. Right? But none of them are real Mormons. They all got pregnant out of wedlock. They all like fucking, a lot of them have gotten divorced, and they're all making money more than their husbands. So like none of that it's all no Mormon, no Mormon, no Mormon. Like just get a new religion, ladies. Fuck Mormonism. It's not helping you out. I mean, it's a niche, but it's not helping you out. Unfortunately, Zach and Jen are the norm rather than the exception. Yeah, Galen, I know. I really hope she leaves him, though, because he's such a piece of shit. Oh, you are hilarious, Nora. Comment, I wish I had Hulu because I'm totally lost. Yeah, it's only on Hulu right now. And I do want to say this to Jen, because I can understand if the whole world right now were watching this show and deciding that your husband is literally a piece of trash human and that you should leave him, how incredibly hard that would be, especially if you have genuine love for that person. Okay, Jen? So as a public persona myself, not on the scale that you are, honey, but one day, maybe one day, I want to say this to you. Please keep your own counsel. This is going to be very Scientology for a second, and make sure you make a decision for you. Do not make a decision. Make a decision for you and your kids, okay? And what you want to model for them. Because a lot of the kind of mental gymnastics that I went through personally when I was contemplating whether or not I should even come out, or should I just stay in this loveless celibate marriage that I was in with someone who we fought constantly, and neither of us were happy, just because I had made this commitment, right? I had made a commitment to marriage. I didn't want that to fail. I didn't want to be a failure at marriage. So I understand the conundrum, especially from a religious standpoint, right? Because I'm sure in Mormonism, I'm going to make an assumption, and any Mormons out there, you tell me if I'm wrong or not. But in Scientology, if you fail at a relationship, it's because something's wrong with you. You have crimes, you have withholds, overts against your partner and against other people. And that's why it's driving you away from that person. You should be able to work anything out, right? Even being the gay should just be able to, fucking change your mind or whatever. So that was like a huge thing. That's why it took me 7 years, guys, of thinking about coming out of the closet. 7 years, 7. That's correct. 7. The same amount of time that I have been with my wife, I thought about being openly gay. I am a ponderer. Sometimes, my wife would say I'm far more impulsive than that, but it took me 7 years to come to the conclusion that I wasn't going to change my mind. It was not a temporary state of being, and I needed to be happy. And I wanted my kids to see me happy and see what actual love looked like, and to model to them that even when you have to make a hard decision that sometimes in the moment can have what seems to be dire consequences, that you can build back better after that, So I get it, Jen, but honey, you're bigger and better than the situation you're currently in. Please don't hold yourself back because of some religious writing on a gold tablet that's not real. I have a tattoo, Galen, and my sister has beat me by 3. You go, girl. Get that tattoo. I love my tattoos. I grew up in a very Mormon saturated place. And I can tell you from experience, when I was 16 or 17, a lot of the 21-year-old men were sniffing around me. I was very confused as to why. I'm so sorry. That is gross. They have Romeo and Juliet laws. Okay. Okay. That's what it's called. Romeo and Juliet laws. Well, that's gross. Of course they have that in Utah. Whitney thinks Whitney is a victim. So one person. Yeah. Yeah, she's a joke. Detroit Stacy Neverin. I just want to say thank you for being real and honest and not pretending like someone, then find out they were just being fake. Yeah. I mean, here's the deal, guys. And as I said yesterday, we everybody doesn't have to be friends with everybody, but when you are working with someone, you do have to be professional, right? And there's a difference. I think we've lost this when we're in an online community a little bit, right? That the fact that people are professional when they appear together on a screen or on a show or on a podcast, that somehow that makes them have a relationship that goes beyond those moments when you are engaged in that activity. It absolutely, first of all, does not mean that. Don't assume that because people work together or they're working on a similar thing that they are friends, right? Because I consider a friend to be a very important, very specific title in my life. And if I refer to someone as my friend, that has very definite, meaning, specialness, and also guarantees to that person what I will and won't do for them, publicly, privately, whatever. Right. And I take that very seriously. I take friendship excruciatingly seriously. Okay. Because I'm Greek and Irish. And when I love, I love with my whole heart. That includes my friends, people who I consider my friend. And if that love and trust is broken, I have learned a very hard lesson in my, approaching my 50s, that I do not have to continue to eat that shit pie. Okay. And pretend it's just chocolate. And that's a hard decision to come to, especially when you're a people pleaser and you're somebody who's always trying to see the best in everyone and trying to pump up everybody that you're associated with. Right. But also you have to, again, you got to take better care of yourself, because in this world, we have our life and our happiness, and we can spread that to the people around us if we take care of ourselves and are truly happy with ourselves. If we are spending all of our time literally seeking attention from others, trying to make sure that others like you and that you are loved by all the people, then your entire existence is miserable, because you're never in any moment for real appreciating what you have, who you are, and who you're surrounded with. Right? Hello? Anyone? Okay. That's why I'm working so hard on my mental health. That's why I talk to my kids so much about mental health. That's why I talk to you guys about mental health, because this is the journey that I'm on right now. And it's a huge turn from where I was even 7 years ago in my life. Right. And it's helping me to appreciate my children more. It's helping me to appreciate my wife much more. But all of the little things, like we take our dogs on many walks throughout the day. And I'm noticing now that I am noticing tiny little things in the neighborhood that we've been in now for 2.5 years that I've never seen before. Right. That I've never noticed before, because I'm really being present in my life. Right. And yes, I'm on social media and I'm a creator and I'm doing all that stuff. But when I'm doing this, I'm right here. I am not in 50 other places thinking about all the other things going on with my life, thinking about my kids' school play, or, where my daughter's at, or what my wife is doing. Like, I'm just right here. This is it. And then when I turn off the camera and go on to the next thing, I'm as, focused on being as present and there as humanly possible, because there isn't anything more important than that. Right? This whole idea of multitasking and we're going to do 800 things at once is bullshit. It's total bullshit. because then we're never really doing the one thing that we're doing. We're doing multiple things kind of okay. Right? So, yeah, that's the end of my soapbox rant there. But thank you guys for tuning in and appreciating the real talk. I appreciate that. Mama D63, they are what's called Jack Mormon. Don't strictly follow the rules. Okay. I didn't know they had a nickname. Rachel H says, a friend to me equals family. Yeah. Absolutely. I take it that seriously. Detroit Stacey and Everett, that's what we love about you. I love you guys back. Thank you for appreciating that. Marilee, if I lived near you, I think we'd be friends. I think so too, guys. I love the interaction with you guys. I would love, one day if there's somewhere where we have like a, ex-Scientologist convention, I'll show up. We'll do like a whole thing. We'll do a whole Q&A session, real life. We should do that once. We should do that. Can Mormons use contraception? I don't know. Galen, if you know the answer to that, please put the answer in the chat, because Galen is my ex-Mormon expert that I refer to. Trixie0509, have you thought about collaborating with a reality TV focused content creator? Would you join Nat for the Housewives? I don't know. Nat and I haven't talked about that. I think she's going to do that with Reese. That's what it's look like is happening, because they've kind of become like a little duo. I don't know. I haven't talked. It's not a yes or a no. I don't know. I mean, I love Nat. I love creating with her. Or maybe I'll do it with Liz. I don't know. Or maybe you'll just have me and more stick puppets. I don't know, guys. Have I seen the statement his mother put out? It's definitely the parenting. Oh, Zach's mom? No. What is, oh God. Let's see here. What is this statement? Oh, this is Juicely. Let's see here. Let's see here. Jen and Zach Affleck have been doing therapy nonstop. Mm-hmm. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's in the Us Weekly article. I did not. I'm looking. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He got a haircut, guys, though, too. I think everyone was like, bro, your hair is so terrible. Yeah, no, it doesn't. If somebody wants to send me a link to that, Mother of Baggins, absolutely send me. What is happening? What is going on? Hang on. We'll share the screen. Go back here. I don't know why everything got dim all of a sudden. I'm getting interference from the Lord. They're trying to cut me off. Hopefully I'm still here. I don't know. The screen just went a little dark. I don't know. Let's try clearing out. Right. Nope. Okay. Oh, there we go. Nope. I don't know what's happened. Oh, I see what's happening. Somehow I made the comments as big as the whole screen. I'm sorry. This technology is awesome, but it's also like if you scroll with the scrolly thing, it just fucks your shit up. So it's very sensitive, guys. Very sensitive. Okay, here we go. So Indigo's Insight, Scientology Tea. It says, didn't they say they are swingers? So if Dakota did dip Jenna, wouldn't it be okay unless not all of them agreed to swing? So Tay is a reformed swinger. She and her former husband, who has now divorced her and told her, you don't get to put our kid on the show, They were swinging. She and her ex-husband were swinging with a totally different group of moms that were used to be part of MOMTOK, but they had left and they did not do the show. Okay. Because the swinging scandal came out because Tay went on the internet to talk about it. Then she got a divorce from her husband, this whole thing. Okay. So she's not swinging anymore. So no, it wouldn't be okay because she was trying to like rebuild her life and not be a swinger anymore. Can you do different show recaps? I love them. Yes. The next one is going to be One Taste. So let me pull that up here. Which is still apparently a cult. And the movie is called Orgasm Inc. Okay. And it's a series. We're going to do that. But I'll pull up that trailer in a minute. Did I get my tattoos after I left Scientology? Yes, I did. I did not get my first tattoo until I was 38 years old. So that was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, guys, I got my first tattoo. And yeah, I don't regret a second of it. Not 1 second. I love my tattoos. I love them. Hey, Candy's Life. Thank you for always making you laugh. Well, I'm glad to be here. I hope you're recovering well, Candy. All right. No, it wasn't your eyes. It was a comment window. As always, my mods are eagle eyes. Have you not paid your electricity bill? Girl, of course I have. Come on now. So let's look at just a couple secs here of this video. I'll probably have to edit it out. Thanks a lot, Netflix. But here we go.
We have a pleasure deficit disorder in this country.
This is a TEDx talk that this woman gave before she started One Taste.
I think that there is a cure, and that cure is female orgasm.
Okay, so the premise of the whole cult that she started is that women orgasming is the key to life, essentially. And so she teaches women to embrace their orgasms, to celebrate them, to want them, to desire them, to have multiple. And she teaches men how to give a woman a proper orgasm. And they do this in a public setting. Woman with her pants off, panties off, and a man who is not her sexual partner is instructed on how to touch her properly to bring about that state. Not problematic at all. So if you look up One Taste, like I just did, that's the Wikipedia page. Okay. There's a lot of articles about it, but now it's called something else. And it's supposed to be meditative orgasmic situation, but it has now, what is it turned into? Nicole, this is the woman, Nicole Dedone. Okay. And she is One Taste. But it's still going and she's still there. It has another name now. And I had it up in my tabs and now it's gone. But it's under, oh, I know how I found it. So if you go to their old website, One Taste, was it .org or .com? Not secure, that's not it. Okay, then it was .us, I think. Aha! This is the place. So it's now Eros platform by One Taste. God, sex, and the brain. This is her Dr. Andrew Goldberg, you know, Newberg. Okay. So she's still there. Here's the success stories. Okay. You can go through. There's a monastery. What is Eros? What is
in my
Eros?
mind, Eros is 180 degrees different from most of what we know and are taught. We are taught, in a sense, to continue to inhale, continue to achieve, continue to do, and we aren't trained to exhale and let go and see what happens in that place. And so there is another world, and it's a beautiful world.
So she's still doing the same fucking shit, different day. She got some plastic surgery in the interim. Okay. But that's all that's different. Look at her. Look at her here. Okay. This is her when she started. Okay. And this is her now. Same lady. She's just literally got some facial work done. Right. Okay. So we're going to be exploring her website, the documentary, One Taste, and be breaking that down, because as somebody who went through a repressive cult that tried to, audit away my sexuality and ruin that, female sexuality in our country, just in general, women having autonomy over that, not having shame attached to their pleasure, is an enormous topic. And this woman has taken that and twisted it, cultivized it, okay, and turned it into a profit for herself while hurting other people. Okay, because women should not be afraid of their body, of what their body can and can't do, what it can and can't feel, what it wants. Okay, but this woman is weaponizing female sex pleasure because she's like a fucking sex succubus, right? And Scientology, the deal with her is that when you watch One Taste, which we will go over together, it's clear that she has stolen, like she clearly went and did some Scientology. She has stolen from so many things. She even references L. Ron Hubbard at one point during one of her many lectures, okay? Because this person is such a narcissist that they, like L. Ron Hubbard, have not just written everything down, but have recorded it for all of posterity because it's perfect. Okay. So that's the next one we're going to dive into while we're continuing down our Scientology journey and speaking out about the things that are important there. Next Friday, this coming Friday, I will be teaming up with Rage Against the Dark Arts, my dear friend Miriam, and we are going to be talking about the stellate ganglion block shots and the relief that we have each experienced from them, and what has changed for us since getting those. So I hope you will all tune in for that. I'll put it up as soon as we have a time finalized, because she's in Australia and I'm here in Oregon. So we're kind of in two different continents, but we're going to work it out. It's going to be amazing. All right. And I will be back on Monday with more amazing content for you guys. I'll put it up Sunday, whatever the video is going to be in the time, so you guys can put that on your calendar. But until then, y'all, I will see you all on the flippity dippity. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, as always, to all my mods and all my members. And guys, click that link. Scan it, click it, love it. Send me boxes of money. I need it. I'll see you guys on the flippity dippity.